you'll notice we've had a change of decor again. We now have some beautiful fruit and nuts in front of us. Now, those are symbols for prosperity, but that's not what we're going to be talking about right now. Right now, we're going to be talking about having and maintaining our physical health during the holidays. Did you ever notice how often there is a bug going around at the holidays? I don't think we've ever missed a time yet that it hasn't been where, you know, if you work in an office, people are disappearing here and there. They got the bug, and you say, oh dear God, please don't let me get the bug. Well, it's a good thing to pray for good health, but you only just don't pray. You pray and you move your feet. So what we're going to be talking about now is ways to move your feet as well as pray for good health during the holiday season. Our health it's mental, it's emotional, and physical as well. It's psychological, and it is spiritual. There's many aspects to our health, and we want to get them all aligned. Did you ever have a garden and you notice that some of the smaller, weaker plants always seem to get attacked by bugs and insects and plant disease and stuff like that, whereas the stronger, healthier ones didn't? Well, it's the same thing with ourselves. We want to stay strong, healthy, rested, well-fed, so that we can stave off any kind of dis-ease. Speaking of dis-ease, there has been an absolute scientific connection made between stress and physical disease. So we know that if we're getting stressed out during the holidays, well, we are just asking for trouble. So we want to find any way we can to avoid stress in our lives. So let's look at the ways that stress can negatively affect us. I'm going to tell you to get out your paper and pencil now, because we do have an exercise. So we're going to set our guy aside for a few minutes, and I will do my best to bring you in closer so that you can take a look at our lesson here. Okay, I hope that's close enough for you to get a good look. If not, let me give it one more shot. Okay, hopefully you can see everything you need to see there. And this is about physical well-being during the holidays. And what I'm going to ask you to do is to write down everything that applies to you if you are completing the phrase compared to other times of the year during the period from Thanksgiving to New Year's Eve. And then you have to look at the ways you would complete this. You can check them off, you can write them down, you can pause this and take your time and write them down at your leisure, or you can listen as I read them off and see if you can jot down which one of these ways relate to you. So during the period from Thanksgiving to New Year's, I have less free time. I get less sleep. I get less exercise. I consume more sugar and fats. It's hard not to. I drink more alcohol. There's a party every 5 minutes. I have more tasks and responsibilities. I have less time to be alone. I am more worried about money. I spend less time relaxed with friends. Doesn't mean you don't spend time with friends. It means that there's always, because of the parties and gatherings, that time is not relaxing, friendly time. I have less relaxed time with my family. Our family is the treasure of our life, and so if we're not spending enough quality time with them, that's not a good thing. I have other stresses. Well, how many of those spoke to you? I know that for me, if I'm not paying attention, they can really get the best of me. So I kind of eased it back so that I can talk to you, because I just hate just looking at that blank. I know I'm probably, you're happy looking at it, you can see it better, but I like looking at you, even if it's only in my mind. So we have some coping techniques. So if you're getting sleep, if you're eating poorly, you have to know, well, how am I going to cope with that? How am I going to deal with it so I can stay healthy? You have the power. You know, it kind of bothers me when people say, well, I'm only human. Well, I couldn't help myself. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. How can we say, on one hand, I am a child of God. I am a beautiful and beloved, powerful child of God. And on the other hand say, well, I couldn't help myself. I had to eat 4 pieces of cake. No, you didn't. So let's look at some healthy coping. You can go for a walk. You can take hot baths or showers. You know, I got to tell you, I get so many amazing revelations and good thoughts when I'm in the shower. I think it's because when that water's flowing around me, everything else is blocked out. We need to take time to block out the world. Meditation or prayer. First of all, it's a great thing to have a daily prayer and meditation practice. I would call it a habit because I have that habit. I get up in the morning and I go to my prayer chair and I read a little, and man, I'll tell you something. On the days when either I hit the ground running or whatever and I don't take that time, the day has more stress. When I begin the day with my prayer and meditation, my little bit of reading, it is a huge difference. Visiting close friends. Now, I'm not talking about that bam, running around holiday time, going to stop by, drop you off a plate of cookies, hit and run, go to visit someone else, stop by. No. I'm talking about sitting by, relaxing, looking at the tree with all the lights in the room out, sipping on coffee or another favorite beverage. Now, watching TV. Watching TV is a good thing. But you want to say to yourself, what is the quality of what I am watching? If what I am watching is stressing me out, then it's really not one of the best things to watch. There's a lot of high-tension action programs out there, or programs that are morally questionable, that are tempting to watch, but they do not release your stress. Find things that feed your spirit. Exercise or massage. Why is it that we think that we just can't have the time, the money, or the energy to go get a massage? Massage is amazingly helpful for us. It helps us to relax and to be renewed. It even, as we are massaged, it helps to shift the energy, spread the energy around in our body to all the places it needs to be. So give yourself a treat and get a massage, especially at the peak of the crazy holiday season. And then there's good old naps. Boy, I'll tell you something. I used to love nap time when my kids were little, because when they took a nap, I would sit down on the couch, put my feet up, and have a little snooze myself. Of course, then the days got crazier and busier as they grew, and I kind of lost my nap time. But I always have to laugh when I read the little joke that it says, how do you know when you're getting older? Well, because the afternoon delight becomes a nap. Well, let me tell you something. My nap is a wonderful afternoon delight whenever I get a chance to catch it. Reading for pleasure. A lot of people, think like, well, I'm taking time reading, therefore I shouldn't be reading. I'm guilty because there's so many important things I should be doing. Reading for pleasure, reading something relaxing, that especially if I call it heart candy. A great series, if you haven't read it, by Jan Karen, is called the Mitford series, starting off with At Home in Mitford. It's just a wonderful read, and I suggest that as a great way to relax. Time alone with your partner. If you have a husband, a wife, or a fiance, or whatever, your significant other, spend time with them alone, de-stressed, relaxing. There's also yoga. If you haven't ever tried yoga, it is a wonderful way. It stretches your body. It relaxes your mind. It brings you to a very meditative state. So, as you see, there are the stressors. There are the things we have to deal with. But there are also ways of coping it. You may say, I don't have the time for these things. But I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot afford the time to not do these things. You cannot afford check it out at the bookstore. Christmas Joys. And I've marked off a few. Sorry about that. I marked off a few that I wanted to share with you. One of them says, don't despair if you are short of cash. Be creative. Looking back, you'll discover that the Christmases when you had the least money were the ones that left you with the best memories. And they did. I can avow for that from personal experience. Introduce a child to the wonders of snowflakes. Chill a dark sheet of construction paper and then examine the flakes with a magnifying glass. Or, if you know someone that knows how to show you and the children how to do so, cut out those great paper snowflakes. They are so fun. This is a really easy and important one. Wear a smile and a Santa hat when you walk through the mall. I'll tell you something. When I do things like that and other people smile, it makes my day. How easy can it be to give someone else a smile? Now, you don't have to stop at a Santa hat. You know, there's a store that young girls are always familiar with. It's called Claire's, or also Icing. You can go in there and get little headbands and dealy boppers and hats and all kinds of fun things that will not only make you smile, it will bring a smile to other people. This is a wonderful idea, and you can get started on this today. It's not that close to December 1st, but you can go shopping and get a Christmas-themed jigsaw puzzle. You open it on the 1st of December and try to have it finished by Christmas Eve. Isn't that a fun idea? Let's see what else we got here. Excuse me. Put jingle bells on your kids' shoelaces. Enjoy a couple of meals illuminated only by the Christmas tree and light up that nativity. If you want to have physical health, remember, physical health is balanced by emotional health, mental health, and psychological health, and spiritual health. Be that strong plant in the garden that is immune to this stress-driven dis-ease. Enjoy yourself, and I will see you for the next lesson. Go on and think about these things for a few minutes.